The heavens were silent, yet an unseen storm was already gathering. Beneath the calm of the central plains, ancient powers stirred, and the balance that had endured for thousands of years began to crack. When the first ripple spread across the land, no one realized that the war to decide the fate of the entire continent had already begun. If you enjoy my way of explaining and storytelling, don't forget to like and subscribe. It really motivates me to keep creating. Xiao stood before a solitary tomb on the vast plains, deep within the heavenly tomb. He bowed solemnly toward it, then slowly raised his head and swept his gaze across his surroundings. Numerous energy bodies hovered over the plains, yet not a single one dared approach within 10,000 feet of him. As they looked at Xiao, reverence and fear were clearly visible in their eyes. Even without mentioning that Xiao was now the master of the heavenly tomb, the mere fact that his soul had stepped into the D state was more than enough to make these energy bodies tremble. These beings could be considered the natives of the heavenly tomb. Most of them had been formidable experts when they were alive. However, that was the past. Now they were nothing more than energy remnants, surviving solely by relying on the mysterious existence of the heavenly tomb. Xiao had carefully observed them as well. Among them were more than a dozen whose strength had once reached the Do Sheng realm. Unfortunately, none of them could compare to ancestor Xiao. Xiao could not help but smile faintly at this realization. If an energy body on par with ancestor Xiao truly existed here, it would have been impossible for the heavenly tomb spirit to act so freely. This lineup could already be considered extremely powerful. However, due to the unique nature of the heavenly tomb, none of them could leave this place. As such, they were of little practical use to Xiao. Still, if I encounter a formidable enemy in the future, I could always lure them into the heavenly tomb. Xiao stroked his chin and chuckled softly. He then sat down cross-legged before the tomb, his gaze sharpening as he spoke in a low voice. "Xue Dao, help me stand guard. Do not allow anyone to disturb me." Although there were many energy bodies within the heavenly tomb, Xiao did not fully trust them. Among all of them, he was only somewhat familiar with Saint Xue Dao. As such, Xiao intended to have him maintain order within the heavenly tomb. Understood. In the distance, a blood-robed figure hurriedly responded with deep respect. Upon closer inspection, it was indeed Saint Xue Dao. Xue Dao currently held an extremely high status within the heavenly tomb. Many energy bodies were aware that the new master of the heavenly tomb shared a deep connection with him. As a result, even those energy bodies far stronger than Xue Dao treated him with exceptional courtesy. Saint Xue Dao was naturally pleased by this change, yet he understood clearly that he was merely borrowing Xiao prestige. Thus, when facing Xiao, he remained incomparably respectful, treating himself fully as Xiao subordinate. After issuing his instructions, Xiao formed a seal with his hands. Little Yi flashed and appeared on his shoulder. Without waiting for further orders, it opened its small mouth, spitting out a strand of golden light. Rumble. The heavens trembled as thunder roared. The golden light swelled violently with the wind, and in the blink of an eye, it transformed into a colossal golden lightning dragon, tens of thousands of feet long. Lightning arcs danced wildly across its massive body, and the deafening thunder shook the skies. The expressions of many energy bodies changed dramatically upon seeing the terrifying pressure radiating from the lightning dragon. They hastily retreated even farther. If such lightning were to crash down, countless energy bodies would be obliterated on the spot. Roar! The lightning dragon let out a thunderous roar as it coiled through the skies. Its golden dragon eyes were cold and devoid of emotion. It was, after all, nothing more than pure energy. Xiao gazed at the raging lightning dragon and smiled faintly. He could clearly sense its ferocity and overwhelming power. In the past, he could only borrow its strength on rare occasions, and refining it had been nearly impossible. Fortunately, his soul had now advanced into the D state. The 9 mysterious golden lightning, once something he greatly feared, had become far more manageable. Its terrifying energy, if refined successfully, would allow Xiao to rapidly increase his strength. At present, strength was the most crucial thing for him. Let me see just how tyrannical you truly are. Xiao hand seal shifted once more. An ocean-like spiritual force surged forth from between his brows, sweeping outward like a violent storm. In an instant, a gigantic figure, several times larger than the lightning dragon, appeared in the sky. The enormous phantom was identical to Xiao in appearance. However, the pressure radiating from its body was many times more terrifying than that of the lightning dragon. Merely looking at it caused a deep tremor to arise from the soul itself. It was as though one were standing before the Emperor of all souls. Submission was the only means of escaping its crushing pressure. Roar. Beneath this overwhelming presence, even the mindless golden lightning dragon seemed to sense danger. Its roar lost much of its earlier ferocity, and the brilliant lightning glow covering its body dimmed noticeably. The massive figure looked down from above. A mountain-sized hand extended from the clouds, reaching directly toward the lightning dragon. Bang, bang, bang. The golden lightning dragon's scales bristled as it sensed danger. It opened its massive jaws, firing countless golden lightning orbs thousands of feet in diameter. They slammed mercilessly into the giant hand, detonating with deafening explosions. Golden lightning raged across the sky like a storm, forming a vast lightning cloud. Yet the cloud was torn apart almost instantly. Two enormous hands carrying terrifying pressure grasped the lightning dragon's body firmly. Michi! The lightning dragon struggled violently, golden lightning striking the massive palm repeatedly with sharp crackling sounds. Yet the giant hand remained unmoved. Humph! Break! A cold command rang out. The strength in the giant palm surged explosively. A thunderous boom echoed through the heavens as the golden lightning dragon was crushed apart. The dragon exploded, transforming into a thick golden liquid suspended in the air. The liquid pulsed with incomparably violent energy. Hey! The moment the golden liquid appeared, little Yi leapt from Xiaoyan's shoulder. Its body swayed and expanded, transforming into a massive fire cauldron tens of thousands of feet in size. The cauldron opened, releasing a powerful suction force. Instantly, the golden liquid poured downward like countless golden rivers, all flowing into the cauldron. As the final drop entered, a pink flame roared to life within the cauldron, beginning its frenzied refinement. At the same time, Xiaoyan beckoned with his hand. Countless medicinal ingredients flew out from his storage ring, forming a vast medicinal sea in the sky. Xiaoyan did not intend to refine the 9 mysterious golden lightning through ordinary means. He understood that with his current strength, even if he refined it directly, the result would at best raise him to the peak of the 6-star Dao Sheng realm. That was far from sufficient. Thus he chose a different method. He would use the 9 mysterious golden lightning as the core ingredient to refine a pill. This pill was known as the Lightning Calamity Pill. It was an extremely mysterious medicinal pill whose primary ingredient was none other than pill lightning itself. By refining pill lightning together with countless medicinal ingredients and beast cores, the resulting pill would unquestionably be extraordinary. The Lightning Calamity Pill was divided into grades Tier 8, Tier 9 treasure pills, and Tier 9 mysterious pills. The final quality depended entirely on the strength of its main ingredient. If the 9 mysterious golden lightning were used directly, the pill produced would undoubtedly reach the Tier 9 mysterious pill level. Xiaoyan had only succeeded in refining a Tier 9 mysterious pill once before, and that time luck had played a large role. This time, however, his confidence was absolute. The reason was simple. His soul had entered the Dai state. At this level, mistakes in pill refinement were exceedingly rare. Any fluctuations could be detected and corrected immediately under the observation of a Dai state soul. Thus, Xiaoyan was not worried about destroying his only 9 mysterious golden lightning. His Dai state soul granted him unshakable confidence. The medicinal sea continued to pour into the cauldron. The ingredients were instantly refined into their purest essence, merging seamlessly with the golden liquid. As more ingredients entered, the liquid gradually became multicolored, lightning continuously flashing across its surface, exuding an aura of profound mystery. Refining a Tier 9 mysterious pill could not be done overnight. Xiaoyan was fully prepared for this. This was precisely why he had chosen the Heavenly Tomb. Its distorted flow of time would allow him to complete the refinement within 1 or 2 months. Thus, thunderous lightning roars echoed endlessly within the Heavenly Tomb. The massive fire cauldron floated high in the distant sky, and the pink flames spreading from it caused many energy bodies to feel a deep instinctive fear. This scene continued for nearly a full month within the Heavenly Tomb, while only 6 days passed in the Central Plains. When the refinement finally reached its conclusion, Xiaoyan slowly opened his tightly shut eyes and smiled faintly as he looked toward the fire cauldron. Golden light radiated from within. The golden liquid had completely vanished. In its place, a fist-sized, brilliant golden pill floated quietly at the center of the cauldron. Golden lightning seeped continuously from its surface, accompanied by deep rumbling thunder. The Tier 9 Mysterious Pill, Lightning Calamity Pill, had been successfully refined. Xiaoyan's expression was filled with satisfaction as he gazed at the fire cauldron and slowly rose to his feet. This refinement had once again allowed him to fully experience the terrifying might of a die-state soul. If this had been in the past, he would have needed to exhaust himself greatly, just to refine the Lightning Calamity Pill, and even then success would never have been guaranteed. Bang! The fire cauldron hovering in the sky suddenly began to churn violently. The roiling flames and energy faintly gathered into a lightning cloud. Within it, traces of pitch-black thunderbolts slithered about like enormous dragons, darting through the turbulent clouds. Pill lightning, huh? Xiaoyan smiled faintly at the sight, utterly unconcerned. He casually waved his hand, and the Northern King burst forth from his storage ring. It transformed into a black shadow and shot straight into the lightning cloud. Instantly, thunder roared through the heavens, and countless bolts of lightning could be vaguely seen converging madly upon a human figure. The thunderous cacophony lasted for nearly 10 minutes before gradually subsiding. Finally, streams of pure lightning energy cascaded down from the dissipating clouds and poured into the brilliant golden pill within the fire cauldron. Buzz, buzz. As the lightning energy fused into the pill, the final trace of impurity within it was completely purged. A blinding golden radiance erupted from the cauldron as its lid was violently blasted open. The Lightning Calamity Pill shot forth like a streak of light racing toward the heavens at astonishing speed. I spent so much time and effort refining you. How could I possibly let you escape so easily? Xiaoyan laughed softly. With a mere thought, the colossal spiritual figure in the sky extended its massive hand. It tore through space itself and firmly seized the escaping golden light. In the next instant, the figure shrank rapidly and returned to Xiaoyan's brow, while the golden pill obediently hovered before him. Huh! Xiaoyan finally let out a long sigh of relief as he stared at the perfectly round golden pill. He could clearly sense the terrifying power contained within it. The quality of this Lightning Calamity Pill was clearly superior to the Tier 9 Mysterious Pill he had refined back at the Yao clan. Naturally, this was no surprise. Whether in terms of ingredients or his own strength, everything now far surpassed his past self. How much my strength increases this time will depend on you. Xiaoyan smiled slightly. He then tilted his head back and opened his mouth. The Lightning Calamity Pill transformed into a streak of golden light and shot straight inside. Bang! The instant the pill entered his body, an incomparably wild and violent ripple exploded outward. A howling gale swept across the plains as the ground collapsed violently. In the blink of an eye, a gigantic pit, hundreds of feet deep and tens of thousands of feet wide, formed. Xiaoyan stood calmly at its very center. Behind him, the ancient tomb remained standing, supported by a massive stone pillar. A faint glow emanated from it, shielding it from the devastating shockwaves. Mochi! Brilliant golden lightning surged continuously from Xiaoyan's body, spreading across his skin and erupting into deep, rumbling thunder. His hair flew wildly, bathed in lightning, turning from black to radiant gold, as if forged from divine metal. While these changes manifested outwardly, an even more violent storm raged within Xiaoyan's body. The rampant lightning energy transformed into countless furious dragons, rampaging wildly through his meridians. Yet no matter how violently they surged, they were repeatedly repelled by an invisible, yet incomparably firm barrier. At the same time, the purifying demonic lotus flame swept through his body like a raging tide. Using the most domineering method possible, it devoured the violent lightning energy. Once refined, the energy transformed into surging pure Do Qi that merged seamlessly into Xiaoyan's body. With the combined support of his die-state soul and the purifying demonic lotus flame, refining the Lightning Calamity Pill was an effortless task. Golden light flickered within the massive pit as Xiaoyan sat motionless, eyes tightly shut, his expression solemn. Natural energy from the surroundings began to ripple outward, gradually gathering above the plains. At a glance, it resembled the mysterious ebb and flow of a world tide. To stir a world tide using one's own Du Qi, very few in this world possessed such power. Gu Yuan had once done so, yet the might of his world tide was far greater than Xiaoyan's. After all, a vast gap still existed between their strengths. Even so, this scene was already astonishing. For an ordinary 7-star Dosheng, accomplishing such a feat would be nearly impossible. Xiaoyan could achieve it largely thanks to his die-state soul. The surrounding energy bodies could not help but change expressions upon witnessing the small-scale energy tide. This person can truly be called a peerless genius, Saint Zhu Dao muttered to himself. When I first met him, he was merely a Do Zun. By the time we met again, he had already stepped into the Do Sheng realm. That speed was already terrifying. And now, he has advanced even further. In the future, he may truly reach the pinnacle like Xiao Xuan. A deep respect quietly surfaced in Saint Xue Dao's eyes. Xiao Yan's achievements left no room for anything but admiration. The surging energy tide lasted for 10 full days before gradually weakening. 2 days later, it finally dissipated completely. A beam of golden light suddenly shot skyward from the depths of the massive pit as the energy tide vanished. From afar, it looked as though the light had pierced through the heavens themselves, a breathtaking sight. As the golden pillar soared, a figure slowly rose from the pit. He stepped upon empty space and gently landed on the ground. The moment his feet touched down, the golden light rapidly dimmed and vanished. Xiao Yan lifted his head and gazed at the now clear sky. His hair had returned to its normal color, though flashes of gold occasionally flickered deep within his dark eyes, exuding a subtle yet oppressive pressure. 7-star Dao Sheng. Sensing the changes within his body, joy surged across Xiao Yan's face. The lightning calamity pill had not disappointed him. He had finally broken through from the advanced 6-star Dao Sheng realm and stepped into 7-star Dao Sheng. At this level, he was already comparable to veteran experts such as the Han clan's 4 demon saints and the Gu clan's 3 immortals. Naturally, if they were to truly clash, Xiao Yan could defeat them with ease. His die-state soul was no mere decoration. Worthy indeed of a Tier 9, mysterious pill, the lightning calamity pill. Xiao Yan stretched lazily. Had he refined the 9 mysterious golden lightning through ordinary means, reaching the advanced 6-star realm would have been the limit. Breaking through to 7-star Dao Sheng would have been extraordinarily difficult after all. That single step concealed an immense barrier. It's time to leave. Still, Yao Lao hasn't sent any news. It seems the Han clan remains silent. Xiao Yan narrowed his eyes as a chill flashed within them. These people, what exactly are they waiting for? Judging by the time more than 10 days had passed, the Han clan should have completed their recovery by now. Given their obsession with the Toshi ancient god mansion, their continued silence was unnatural. However, Xiao Yan did not believe they had secretly gone to open the Toshi ancient god cave. With Gu Yuan personally monitoring them, no one in this world could move without being detected. Han Tiandi, I truly wish to see what scheme you're plotting. Xiao Yan let out a cold laugh. He flicked his sleeve, lightly tearing open a spatial rift before him. Stepping forward, he vanished into it. Only then did the surrounding energy bodies finally breathe sighs of relief before slowly dispersing. A completely dark and silent space. Black fog filled the sky as a cold, sinister aura permeated every corner. Deep within this space floated a massive black hall. A figure sat cross-legged in the void, black flames continuously seeping from his body. From afar, he resembled a living black hole, endlessly devouring everything around him. Below, countless black-clad figures stood densely packed. One after another, clusters of light flew from their storage rings. These clusters were translucent, yet contained pure energy, capable of causing even experts' expressions to change. If Xiao Yan were present, he would immediately recognize them. They were spiritual essence collected by the Hall of Souls. Back then, refining even a single cluster had allowed Xiao Yan's spiritual strength to reach the peak of the heavenly state. Yet here, there were over 100 such clusters. Xiao, a sound like a raging gale erupted from the seated figure. Black flames surged outward as a terrifying suction force burst forth, drawing all the spiritual essence clusters into him. The moment they made contact with the black flames, the spiritual essence was devoured entirely. As more and more essence was consumed, a terrifying spiritual fluctuation began to emanate from the figure's body. Roar. The fluctuation grew increasingly intense until it nearly materialized, distorting space itself. A deep, low roar echoed as the figure abruptly stood up. Monstrous spiritual pressure erupted outward like a volcanic explosion. Congratulations on Nihility Sir's advancement into the die-state soul. The black-clad figures below immediately bowed, their voices filled with reverence. The ground trembled slightly under the weight of that pressure. Ha ha ha! The figure in the sky laughed loudly, his gaze turning toward another figure standing atop a mountain below. Hunt Tiandi, he said, voice brimming with confidence. It is time to gather the 8 jades and uncover the location of the Tu-Shi ancient god cave. That's all for today's content. See you in the next part. Support me by becoming a member. It will give me more motivation. Thank you so much.